Hello all, welcome to this session from openmentor.net. As you all know, openmentor.net is aiming at the whole world can learn for free. That's our motto, and we have been providing a lot of webinars in live mode as well as recorded mode. You can visit us at www.openmentor.net. So far we have been giving a lot of technical webinars. Now we start doing domain webinars. Domains mean what is the business rule of every industry. People call banking as a domain, insurance as domain, healthcare as a domain. So every industry is a domain. Within that industry there are various business practices, and every business practice has got its own process, checklist, forms, templates, very specific rules, very specific strategy, etc. In this webinar we are going to talk about one of the key domains, which is called the CRM, Customer Relationship Management. At the end of the day, everybody calls customer as God. Customer is the one who pays money, right? Everyone needs money. The company does business, and business for profit. For this, customer pays money. So in that context, keeping a good relationship with the customer is the key. CRM has got a lot of subtopics or submodules in it. There are 3 key modules in the CRM. The first one is called marketing. The second thing is called sales. The third thing is called customer support. All these 3 are key. We are going to talk about every one of these modules and what are the data that is being stored, used in these topics. And we'll be talking about a few examples in some industries also. There are very good products already in CRM, known and popular products. If you take, there is something called Salesforce.com. This is a widely used product. Then Sugar CRM. Of course, there is an Oracle PeopleSoft, right? Or Siebel CRM. There are other CRMs called RNow, right? Of course, SAP also has CRM in it. CRM is an integral part of every ERP. ERP is the Enterprise Resource Planning product. There are a lot of other products which may be generic or which may be tailor-made for a particular industry. For example, there may be a product customized for insurance industry. There may be CRMs in that. We may not be aware, but there are definite products very specific to every industry. But concepts remain the same. Across every single CRM product, the concepts are same. We are going to see those concepts and a few examples of some of our sample applications too, so that you will come to know what is in a CRM. Tomorrow, if you are going to be a decision maker on how to get a CRM for your company, this session will be definitely useful in terms of knowing the features of CRM. Let us take first some of the generic concepts about marketing. We'll be going in depth into marketing in a separate session. Marketing, many times people call marketing and sales together. All these things have the common approach: get the customer into your pocket, right? I want to have a clear connection to the customer. That's the goal. Marketing also does that, sales also does that, customer support also does that, but there are specific differences between marketing and sales. If you take marketing, this is targeting, right, unknown population, and it is very generic and open. Scope is large. What do you mean by targeting unknown population? Means, again, the core idea of marketing is get mind share in someone about your product or service. The person may not have a need. The potential customers, I won't say a customer, a potential customer may not even have a need, but the need may come the next day, next year, next month, we don't know. But when the need comes, for example, you are selling pencils or mobile phones, there are tons of products, brands, models, and that. But if a customer has to buy your product name must be in the mind of the customer. So marketing aims at getting mind share in someone. That person may have a need today or may not have a need today. So that portion is called marketing, and very generic and open, meaning since you do not know whether this person may buy or may not buy, you cannot have a very specific item represented in a marketing campaign. It needs to be generic, address to maybe a city, maybe a state, maybe a country or globe. Let the message go. That's the purpose. So since the geography is large, the scope is also large. But if the brand is registered in the mind of the customer or potential customer, there is a high chance that person may come and buy your product. So marketing aims at that. And of course there is something called branding, right? The opinion about your product or service must be placed at the highest level in the minds of the potential customer. So that is called branding. So marketing aims at it. Then comes sales. When we say sales, very targeted, right? Means you know this person may be, definitely there is a probability of buying this product, right? You are able to identify that. And then start discussions with specific individuals. That means there may be a need, there may be a curiosity or interest, or there may be a pain for the customer. The curiosity might have been created by your marketing. The need may come at that time when they remember your name. They may call you, and at that point of time someone has to talk to that particular potential customer again. But when the moment it comes to the sales team, there's a probability of getting the deal, right? So that portion is sales. And convincing to buy your product, that happens in sales. and always within sales there is a negotiation because there is a money involved. So when money is involved, there is a negotiation happening with the customer, and there is a purchase happening in sales. The third is support, right? Initially the customer was unknown to you, then the person is known to you, bought the product, and then once the customer has bought the product, there may be problems, right? There may be some clarifications. At that time they need your help. So you need to talk to them to help them to ensure that they use your product or service. This customer support is like hand holding. When customer has pain, customer support always gives a very good bonding, right? A bonding between your company and the customer if the customer support is very good. For example, you have a problem in telephone and then you call the agency service provider, they rectify the problem, right? So always it may be problems or clarifications or getting a feedback or survey. That is also a part of customer support. It may be a problem or it may be a complaint also, right, from the customer. There may be a real problem in the product, so they complain, or there may be a soft issue, so they complain. So there are ways to handle that. So support handles that part. So if you look at CRM, marketing, sales, and support, all these three put together is customer relationship. When it is marketing, so many people, you do not know whether they may buy or may not buy, whether they have need or not. When it comes to sales, you know that they have a need, very specific sale happening. Support deals with people who have been using your product or who have been using your services. So they are the real people using your. So the number of population you address here is very large, smaller, much smaller here, right? So all these three put together is called the CRM, customer relationship management. Someone in your company deal with your customers, and it needs to be soft, polite, convincing, giving a high esteem about your company, respecting the customers, but at the same time tracking all these come under CRM. What happens? Who talked to this customer? Who attended this problem? When was this reported? When was this resolved? All these things must be tracked so that by tracking we can improve from that point. That's called CRM. I'll stop this introductory session here. In the next session we will be talking about marketing. Thank you.